Joining me now to discuss the possible U.S. strike on Syria is Ash Jain. He's with the German Marshall Fund and a former member of the U.S. State Department policy planning staff. He supports the U.S. taking action. And from Tampa, Florida, Majid Rafizadeh, president of the International American Council. He opposes a U.S. strike against Syria. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here. Majid, let's start with you. You know, Obama is claiming a small victory today with the Senate committee passing a resolution, but there's still a long, long way to go with the approval of Congress. What do you think Obama should do if Congress votes no in the end of this?
Well, right. Well, Elaine, I think first of all, it's still not clear really what is the what exactly Obama administration wants to accomplish by limited military operation, and I think the question of whether the Congress will vote yes or no, it seems more likely they are going to vote yes. But I still think that the Obama administration has really not made a strong argument or a strong point on what exactly they want to accomplish by striking Syria. And they already said that their goal is not to topple the regime. So I'm not clear if the goal is not to tip the balance of power in Syria. So what is exactly the purpose of this kind of limited military operation?
I guess he's saying, you know, Syrian assets, so military installations. I mean, do you not think that's a reason enough?
Well, I don't think if the purpose is really to stop the regime, let's say, from using some kind of chemical weapons, I don't think that kind of limited military action, first of all, is going to stop a regime which determined to use that kind of advanced or chemical weapons. And I think second of all, I think what is happening here, if you just have some kind of limited military operations, I think this will actually destabilize the region more. I think what will follow up is involvement of other regional actors like Iran or non-state actors like Hezbollah.
And that's certainly been talked about. Let me get Ash to weigh in on this as well. Your thoughts on this?
Sure. Well, you know, there are a number of strategic and humanitarian reasons quite compelling for why the United States should take military action in Syria. First of all, this is about respect for international norms and principles. I mean, is a dictator like Bashar al-Assad going to have a free hand in using banned chemical weapons, gassing hundreds, if not thousands of his own people, or is he going to be held accountable by the international community for actions like this? Second, this is about American leadership. Is the United States prepared to continue to play the global role in establishing international security and protecting its allies around the world that it has over the last 50 years? Or is Congress going to tie the hands of the president and try to limit America's role as it seeks to turn inwards and avoid these kinds of global commitments that it has in the past? And finally, it's about the future of the Middle East. Will Assad and his regime be able to take dangerous actions against his own people, allying himself with Iran and Hezbollah, and challenging the United States, or is he going to be? Is there going to be some action taken against him to try to limit his freedom of action?
Well, and Ash, I want to get your opinion on this red line explanation that the president spoke about today in Stockholm, and he was drawing the international community in as well. What do you think in regards to what he said for American leadership here?
Right. Well, I think the red line that President Obama is trying to draw has everything to do with the norms and principles that I mentioned before. The use of chemical weapons has been long banned under international law by treaties and conventions dating back, to the early 1900s. And here we have a dictator who's used chemical weapons to kill thousands of his own people. And if that red line is not respected, and if the president is unable to take the kind of action that he's looking to take, well, I think that gives the message to people, to leaders like Assad and to his allies, to the Iranians, Hezbollah, or others that might want to use these kinds of weapons in the future, that there's no one that's going to stand in their way. And on the other hand, if Obama is able to take military action and penalize the regime for this kind of behavior, that will serve as a deterrent, especially when we're looking at issues like Iran's nuclear program down the road.
I'd like to let Majid have the last word on all of this. Your thoughts on this explanation for a red line?
Right. Yeah, Aileen, if I heard a lot the words of international law, and let's just say what Ban Ki-moon said, that any kind of military force used unilaterally from the United States is against United Nations Charter. So if we're talking about international law, military force only can be used in case of self-defense. This is UN Charter 51. So any kind of military force used by United States is illegal by the framework of the United Nations, or I think and also it will actually, I think, endanger the already fragile international order that we have, and the order which is the World War II legacy. So I think legally talking, this is really illegal. Any kind of military force only can be used in case of self-defense.
All right, all good points. Majid Rafizadeh, we appreciate your time as well. Ash Jain, we thank you for appearing on our show this evening.